Let's take a look at the next tab over, which is our dialer tab. First off, notice how your phone line configuration and your reporting and account information are two separate categories. Your phone lines are on the left, your reporting and account information is on the right. Keep in mind that your phone line configuration and your reporting information are two separate categories. So, in short, account 1, phone number 1 is not tied to phone line 1. Your phone lines pertain to the physical telco lines coming into the building tied physically on telco 1 and telco 2. And the reporting information, that's your central station information. And also keep in mind, whatever item is highlighted, such as phone line 1, we'll be changing options for that phone line. If we wanted to change options for phone line 2, we'd have to select phone line 2 and have it highlighted. Let's take a look at our line prefix option. Now, this is not our area code because that goes along with our phone number over under reporting accounts. Line prefix would be utilized if, say, we're on a telephone system and we need to dial like an 8 or a 9 to get an outside line. Number rings. That would be used with the dedicated phone line tied to the panel. So we can set the number of rings for it to pick up when the downloading software is calling into it. For example, if line 1 was a dedicated phone line and number of rings was set for 2 rings, when the software is dialing into it, it would pick up on the second ring. Answer machine bypass. This would be utilized if we're on a phone system with the answer machine on it. What would happen with this option selected, the software would dial in, hang up immediately, then it dial right back. So the panel then says, hey, I know this is the software calling in, so I will pick up on the first ring. We also have the option for ground start lines. Ground start lines are not to par with NFPA requirements, and we also must add the 5211 relay. But if you find yourself working with ground start lines, we still are capable to work with them. And then we have phone line monitor. This is what tells our panel to look for the line voltage. Anything less than 3 volts will put the panel into a phone line trouble. So let's say you weren't going to use the dialer, not have phone lines hooked up, then under phone line 1 and phone line 2, you would deselect the phone line monitor. We have different dialing options, such as touchtone, touchtone rotary, or just rotary. It is also important if you're going to use rotary pulse dial to select either USA rotary or European rotary. Then we have the options of line disabled or dial tone detection disabled. Line disabled will be utilized using the equipment such as the IP communicator. Same for dial tone. When used with the IP communicator, we want the panel to dial out right away without waiting for a dial tone. So we'd have this option selected. Now let's take a look at reporting accounts. Now this is your reporting information from your central station, such as your account number, your primary phone number, secondary phone number, or you have remote central stations or maybe campus security have their own receivers. You might need a third account, third phone number, or a fourth account, fourth phone number. So again, account number 1 would be phone number 1, your primary phone number. Account 2 would be your backup, your secondary central station phone number. Our panels can dial out using SIA format or contact ID. Now, if you notice, you'll see 2 different SIAs. SIA by itself, which is considered SIA 8, can send up to 8 events per call, or SIA 20, which can send out 20 events per call. You'll want to ask your central station to see what format they accept. Reporting filters. You have the option to select different events to report differently, such as must report, which means it has to send out to the central station. And you would mainly use this if you have more than one central station. Yes means it can or it will report, and of course, no means it will not report that event. The last options we have for our dialer tab is number of tries. How many times
it will try that phone number before it switches to the next phone number. Then we have auto test time. By default is at 2 a.m. You'll want to ask your central station for the best time. And then lastly, we have test intervals. Per NFPA 2013, we can comply with every 6 hours. You have now completed Module 1. Please proceed to the next module.